Halacha Yud Gimel. Rae she'ein lo ela pruta achas. The person doesn't have in his pocket except one pruta. And he has two things to do: Kiddush, Shabbos, and a Ner Chanukah. So we'll look at the Peirush. He has to buy either wine for Kiddush or Leil Shabbos. Halacha is Ner Chanukah. So first he does Mekadem Liknoi Shem Eladik Ner Chanukah Alayayin LeKiddush Hayom. He has to do first, as we just mentioned in the previous Halacha, that you do Ner Chanukah before Kiddush Hayom. Hoyel Shneim Edivei Seifim. Both of them in the Rabbanim, because you yotze technically with the davening when you say by Chulu. So the need of wine is not the Oraisa. In the Torah, you just have to say today is Shabbos. Mutav lahagdin Chanukah sheyesh bo zikaron anes. Where do we find this? This is found in Shabbos 99b. Now the Tziyunei Maran questions. In the Mishnah we find even Anisha Yisrael should not have less than Dalet Koises. It doesn't mention what to do if you don't have Dalet Koises. Rambam says, if the guy Tzedakah didn't give, he should borrow or sell his garments. Rav Yosef cites then two more explanations. It's known that the Rambam was careful not to change the Lashon in the Mishnah and the Gemara. Why does he say Shoyel Oy Mechek Susay rather than the Lashon of Loive Oy Mechek Susay? Well, Shom Zematzah, he doesn't say Shoyel Oy Mechek Susay to buy wine for 4 koises, but he used rather the Lashon in the Mishnah. And he asks further, why isn't he right that he should go work as a servant, like the Rambam brings down? Therefore, he wants to say that we learn from Megillah 27b. The Talmidim asked Reb Zera, how did you merit long life? So he said, I did a few good things. One, I never missed making Kiddush on Shabbos. And I had an old mother. One time she sold the covering of her head and she brought me Kiddush Hayom. Avhuna would not have clothing and he would have to cover himself with sleeves from vegetables. He said before Rav, he said, why you dress this way? He said, I didn't have yayin the Kiddush, and I gave my gartel, he used as his belt this piece of growth in order to buy. So I went to a pawn shop and gave my gartel to buy it, in order to buy wine. And the Rif and the Rosh bring the rice of Reb Zera Halacha. Thus we see finding the Gemara two of the Takonas of the Rambam writes: you sell your garment, or you pawn your garment for wine or for Kiddush. And he learns certainly near Chanukah that we learn it's greater than Kiddush Hayom, that you have to borrow or sell your garment. So I guess when you pawn something, you don't have money to buy it back. So it's after a while the pawn shop sells it. Lashon Rambam, shoyel means to borrow money. The Eliyahu Zuta says, why didn't he say borrow? And if he wants to explain that it doesn't mean borrowing, but it rather means going from door to door to ask for money. The Magen Avraham, which is brought in the Mishnah Berurah in 678, and what the Mechaber says, the Shulchan Aruch says, he should buy the Ner Chanukah because and you only buy one lecht, and if he has more money left over, he should make Kiddush Hayom and not light on the second night 2 candles. The Magen Mishnah cites from Hilchos Gedolos, he wants to light on Chanukah and also Ner Shabbos. First he lights the Ner Chanukah and afterwards the Shabbos. Because if he lights for Shabbos, he was Kabbalah Shabbos, and it's also to light Chanukah. The Ramban and the Rashbo say that Halacha Shabbos is not accepting Isa Malocha. He brings proof to this. And Adarabba, you should light Shabbos first because it's Todah, and it's also it's near of the house. There's the klal when you have two mitzvahs. One is Todah, and the other one is continuous every week, and the other one is not so continuous. The Todah, the one that's continuous, is before, and it's more important because it's near Beiser. So I guess we're bringing it in over here because the question of which is more important, as we'll soon see. The Magen Mishnah points out that we didn't find in the Rambam that Kabbalah of Shabbos forbids one to do work on Erev Shabbos. He doesn't say that when a person receives, the Rambam doesn't say if a person accepts on himself not to do work on Shabbos, he can't do Melacha. You don't, and there's no Tzeiz Shabbos, according to the Rambam, as we find in the Magen Mishnah. La Halacha we say Be'erev Shabbos, you like Ner Chanukah first and then Ner Shabbos. You make a brocha on on them like weekdays, even though that we're lighting it during the day before. Technically, you make all the brochas that you would make on Ner Chanukah at night, except that the order is that Ner Chanukah is first. The Mishnah Berurah explains Ner Chanukah is first to keep the obligation of those who were of the opinion of Yemadlik Ner Shel Shabbos. At the beginning, it's considered accepting Shabbos, and you wouldn't be allowed to light Ner Chanukah. But somebody who lit Ner Shabbos and didn't accept Shabbos, he can light Ner Chanukah afterwards. This we learned previously, this question, but he adds that this is only by a man. That a person is not Mekabel Shabbos, but a woman is always Mekabel Shabbos with lighting left. And if she lit the Ner Shabbos, she should not light Chanukah even if she's alone. But she should tell somebody else to do so because that she's permitted to do as long as the other person hasn't kept lit yet. And he should make the brachas for the woman, but She'asa Nisim and Shechiyanu, when the first night, the woman herself makes the bracha.